What's up, internet? Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you Justin Barcia. Bam Bam is his nickname, and we're going to talk about why, and also why he will never be a 450 Supercross champion. He is emotionally undisciplined and just consistently makes bad decisions. So let's get into it. So this first bit of footage is from what's called press day. So early in the week, they truck in tons and tons of dirt and they build these tracks in the stadium. And then at the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, they have what's called press day, really. And it's just the top 10 or 15 guys get to ride the track. The press comes out, they take pictures, they interview some riders. And really, the riders get nothing out of this except some press coverage, and they get to learn the layout of the track. That's it. There's no points to be gained. There's no qualifying positions to be gained. It's just like an open practice session for a subset of the field. So here we go, man. There's Justin Barcia, number 51, Bam Bam. And he is following Martin Davalis, number 37. And Justin Barcia starts getting racy with him. Again, remember, this is open practice. There is nothing to be gained here. There's going to be plenty of time in timed practice on Saturday, the morning of the race, to practice following other people and checking out other lines. So, he doesn't need to be doing this. He doesn't need to be racing Martin so hard and so close. Now, I think there's multiple mistakes made by both of these riders, and it culminated into a little shove fest argument thing at the end of practice. It was stupid. But here we go. First mistake, Justin Barcia trying to get racy with Martin. Justin Barcia dives into the inside of his left-hander, leading into this jump rhythm section, which then leads into a right-hander. So it's like a 180, a rhythm section, and then another 180, and then more jumps coming out of the second. I think right here at this point, Martin knows he's there. He can hear his bike. He can see him in his peripheral. I've done enough amateur racing in the vet class from beginner all the way up to pro. I know Martin knows he's there. So right here at this point, it's hard to tell from this view, but I believe that Martin's maybe got a wheel on him. They're almost side by side. Without a doubt, Martin knows Justin is to his left. Watch what's about to happen. So then Martin decides to cross jump, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with cross jumping. I do it all the time. Lots of pros do it all the time. When it becomes dangerous is when you're cross jumping with other riders around you. I would never do that. In my opinion, what Martin should have done was he should have stayed to the inside and just land on the brakes and let Justin go. It's open practice. It's press day. This means nothing, but he doesn't. He knows Justin's there. He cross jumps, which could have been the end of both of them. And watch what happens next. Bam Bam's about to get a little emotional. So people are going to get really controversial with what I'm about to say here, but I love to pick on Bam Bam because he makes bad decisions all the time, and so he just continues. He's like the gift that just keeps on giving, kind of like President Trump. There's just an endless amount of content to pick on. So Barcia's kind of like that way, man. There's just always drama with Barcia, so there's always something to criticize and pick on. But I don't really think that he went to take out Martin Davalis' front tire. If you watch this clip over and over, focus on Martin. He actually pauses for a second. He gets up really high on the berm and kind of checks up a little bit, and then he gets back into it, which kind of struck me as odd. Having Barcia up on your inside like that, I would have just let Barcia go, because it's Barcia. He's going to try to take you out. He'll take you out when he's not trying to take you out. But I really think Barcia was just trying to line his bike up for this top outside rut. That's what it looks like to me. And maybe Barcia saw out of his peripheral Martin kind of check up a little bit, and he was just going for it. But then Martin gets right back into it, which that was just weird. I would have just stayed out of it, just let him go. So then here they are yelling at each other. Martin kind of shoves him a little bit. Barcia's got his hands up in the air like, I didn't do nothing. It's just ridiculous. But the problem with this kind of behavior, when you ride like that, all you're doing is making enemies. And Martin should not have cross-jumped him. I still don't know 100% if I believe that Barcia intended to take his tire out. I think Barcia really just wanted to get in front of him and move on. But then again, why are you racing him in an open practice session? It's press day, man. It's ridiculous. So all of these bad decisions just kind of culminate and aggregate themselves into this situation where other riders, they're just going to want to take you out. They're just going to look at the way Barcia rides and like, I'm faster, I caught him, but I'm going to have to take him out in order to stick a pass, because if I don't, he's going to retaliate, right? And so you end up putting this big target on your back. Everybody knows how you ride. Everybody knows that if they leave the door open, you're going to run into them. So I think that that just kind of breeds this negative karma, and it just follows the kid everywhere he goes. And he'll never become a 450 champion riding like that. It makes for a great show. It makes for great entertainment. Maybe that's his goal. I don't know, but it is what it is. All right, Dylan Ferrandis. Guys, I think it's time to stop booing the dude. So if you haven't been watching all the weekly recaps I've been doing, 3 rounds ago, I think it was, Dylan just straight up just took out Christian Craig.
Here we go. Whoa! Ferrandis takes Christian Craig down.
Bam Bam style. I mean, it was like Bam Bam on steroids. It was really bad. Christian got hurt. He couldn't finish the race. His bars were all mangled up. It was a bad night for Christian Craig, and he was riding really good that night too. Dylan was faster, but he got the bad start, had to come up through the field, eventually caught up to Craig, and just this massive takeout. And he got booed big time on the podium. I think he ended up winning that race. And just the crowd is just booing him. And here we are, like 3 rounds later, I think it is, and he's still getting boos.
We wrap up the 250 main and going back to back in his wins. Dylan Ferrandis. Dylan, congratulations. You showed utmost patience out there, but you just told me actually there wasn't a whole lot of opportunity for you to pass before that point.
Yeah, for sure. I couldn't find any place to pass Austin.
I think he feels bad about it. I think he's got the point. He's really tried to clean up his passes. I think there's been some passes attempts that he backed out of because he doesn't want to get penalized. The championship's at stake. That's probably number 1. And 2, I don't think anybody wants to get booed at every race they go to. I think he's really put an effort into trying to clean that up and make sure that his passes aren't going to leave a wake of destruction behind him. So guys, come on, man, stop booing Dylan Ferrandis. He's alright. And that concludes this weekly recap. So 2 things really to take away from this. If you're going to pass Barcia, take him out, because that's the only way the pass is going to stick. Otherwise, he's going to run into you in the next corner. Number 2. Guys, let's stop booing Dylan Ferrandis. It's over. Okay, he did a bad thing. It's 3 rounds later. He's got the point. He's trying to do better. Let it go. And with that, I'm gonna leave you guys. Keep the rubber side down. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Look at that line. That's what I'm talking about. Got awesome lines. Knows how to flow.